Hello everyone, welcome back to the Bradley Real Estate Group. Today we are going to be talking about the market report and comparing them, what happened in May versus June. Yeah, and so we have some juicy stuff, so let's get started.
All right, so you will kick us off with the month of May.
So
tell us what happened in Richmond County.
Go ahead in Richmond County for the month of May. So guys, in May we had 209 closed sales for Richmond County. The average sales price was $245,914.
Fantastic for Richmond County.
Of course.
Great improvement.
Yes. We had 84 days, average days on the market. These are averages, so of course you have some that sold for more, some that sold for less, but that is all going to be depending on the condition of the home. And then the average price per square foot in Richmond County for the month of May was $137. So Antonio, tell me what happened in June, and let's compare it after that.
All right, so starting off again with the number of closed sales, it was 160. So we went down from 209 in May to 160. And I was also told that this June was probably one of the slowest Junes in the past 10 years in real estate sales that we've had.
So altogether, even though we're a smaller market compared to like an Atlanta or New York or Texas, like Austin, we're still feeling the same pressures as they are, and it's just reflecting in these numbers.
It just took a little longer to get here for us, right? Because we have so many good things going for us in this area, with the military and all the other job openings that are starting, companies and businesses that are starting to open up here.
And we still do. So we are blessed. We call Augusta the real estate bubble. We are still very blessed compared to some other markets. And yet, we still feel it too. It's normal. And then this is where the magic happens, is after these numbers. Go ahead.
So your average sales price in June was $240,084 was the average sales price.
And just to make some sense out of that, 245,000 in May and then 240,000 in June. Our average sales price did not really go down.
It didn't fluctuate.
It didn't really fluctuate much, even though we had fewer sales. So the houses still held up their value.
Right. Again, that's good news, especially for the homeowners. If you bought a house 3 years or more ago, right, you have some equity in your house because this number has definitely gone up, right?
Yes.
So the longer you own your house in Richmond County, the more equity you have built up because its average sales price has gone up. It used to be below 200,000 for the longest in Richmond County, and I mean it was not budget, right? Now we're up to 240,000.
And then if no commitment necessary, if you just want to know what the value of your home is, you can reach out to Antonio and I, or go to our website, thebradleyrealestategroup.com, and we have a form in there for sellers, or contact us. And it will even give you, there's a page in there where it will give you an estimate of what your home is worth. If you want anything deeper than that, then let us know. We'll be glad to talk to you.
It's good to know, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So next, we're going to talk about the average days on market. In May, it was 84. Average days on market in June was 85.
Yeah.
No big change there.
No big change there.
The average days on market being below 90. Earlier this year, it was at 90. I think it even ticked a little bit above 90. Yeah. So this is giving us good information that the market is still holding strong in Richmond County despite the interest rates.
And then how can you manipulate the average days on the market for your home if you are a person that has to move quickly? You have to go. There's only 3 things that sell a house: the price, the condition, and the marketing.
We talk about
right?
this all the time.
You take care of the marketing. The condition is your job, making sure the house smells good, looks good. But the price, ultimately, it's the price that moves things. That's how you can have a property that is foreclosed, for example, maybe in not the best condition. It don't smell that good, but it sells quickly because the price is right, where somebody will see the value in purchasing that property at that price.
While you're on that subject of pricing the home correctly, I feel like this is one of the strongest contributors to why the number of sales went from 209 in May to 160, because our market is consistently changing month by month. So as we're listing homes, agents and sellers, because we have to work together to come up with that sales price, right? As we're doing this, we are learning the market, right? And so there's going to be some cases where a seller may stay on the market a little bit longer than usual, trying to maintain that sales price or trying to get that sales price. Therefore, when it was supposed to sell in May or June, it did not sell. So that's one of the biggest contributors to, in my opinion, as to why the sales went down from 209
Yeah,
to
but like
160.
we were saying too.
It's more of a delay.
Average days on the market, if you want to sell faster, then obviously you lower your price. You want to get the most money out of it, but then it's also on what is your motivation and why do you need this house gone. So give yourself time. If you're thinking about selling, that's another thing. Reach out. Let us talk through. Let us look at this data, average days on the market, and figure things out for you on how soon. Let's talk sooner rather than later. You do not want to be pressured to the point that you have to lower your price just to hurry up and get a sale because it's just taking
That's
a
so
little longer.
smart. Yeah, that's so smart.
You have a nice house, the people will probably, the market will be willing to pay your price, but it's just taking longer to find that buyer with that financial circumstance where they can afford a little bit higher interest rate and they have the motivation as well in order to buy a house. So give yourself some more time.
That's
Yeah.
great information. Yeah.
All
All right, moving on to the last category, average price per square foot. In the month of May, we were at 137, and in June it was at 133. So still kind of held pretty strong. And I think that's great because again, for the longest in Richmond County, it was below 100. Like
Yes,
if you would
it
get
was
something
like
sold,
60.
if you would get something sold for $100 a square feet in Richmond County, people would like
There's no way.
do a double take on you. Like, are you seriously listing that for $100 a square feet?
Guys, $100 per square foot, if you are local to our area, that price was reserved for Riverwood Plantation, which right now is like in the 200s per square foot. It's up there now,
Right.
depending on whether it's new construction or resale. So to get $133 per square feet in Richmond County average, that means that some
That's
houses
the
are
average.
getting more.
More than that.
Yes. That's
That's
amazing.
if your house was average, you can get. Now, don't come to us with a listing that needs a whole lot of work, a ton of work. You want to list it at 133.
Right.
There's more to these numbers than what is on this piece of paper. Right?
It's an average. So that means that sometimes your condition, remember price, condition, and marketing, your condition may dictate that we have to sell it for a lower price per square feet because your house is not top notch or repaired. So we need to adjust and lower the price just so that it can match one of the three things.
But for a rule of thumb, we're at 133 square feet. That's according to John.
Adjust accordingly.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna move on to Columbia County. Let's see what
Columbia County.
Let's check out the.
What we got going on in Columbia County? Let's see. All right, number of closed sales for the month of May was 282 houses. So 282 sales. So for those people out there saying like, oh, no, nobody's buying, guys, you know, someone's always buying. Someone's always buying. Someone's always selling. What's your motivation? That's really all that it boils down to. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Alrighty, the average sales price for Columbia County was $393,998. So literally almost $400,000 average price in Columbia County. And then, I mean, think about it. Average sales price of $245 in May for Richmond County. That was Columbia County prices at one point. So Columbia County doubled ever since it was named one of the top cities to live in. They really have gone up after that, and it really is a neat city. Guys, learn to love Augusta. Learn to love our area. It's very unique. It's amazing. We have a lot of growth in our area.
Yes.
And if you focus on the negative things, then all you're gonna see are negative things. Every city has negative things.
You'll see the positive.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of positives.
I'm willing to say that there are more pros and cons to live in our city.
Yes, absolutely.
Love Augusta. Love Augusta. All right. So average sales price $393,998, $400,000, and then average days on the market were 101 days. It was taking a while to sell houses in Columbia County, and yet when you look at whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market, just so that you have a tidbit of information, an average for that for whether it's seller or buyer is anything under 4 months. It's a seller's market. You know,
Well,
so if you 4 to 5 months, it's a pretty strong seller's market, and anything over that is ticking towards the buyer's market. So we were kind of neutral a little bit. 101, days of market. It's not bad. That's still under 4 months.
I do have a question for you. So you're at 101 days average on market for Columbia County, but in Richmond County you are at
84.
84, 84.
Well, we're in the
We're
month of May.
in the month of May. So it took longer for properties to sell in Columbia County than it did in Richmond County. Why is that? And I believe.
Well,
wait, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, if you look at the average sales price, this is how they relate to each other. The average sales price in Columbia County is almost double than in Richmond County. So that means that you have to make more money to qualify to buy a house in Columbia County, because the mortgage, the lender is going to determine how much you can afford based on your income minus your expenses.
Correct.
So you may need to buy a house in Richmond County in order to be able to afford your mortgage, or a smaller home in Columbia County. So that's how it works. Now think about it. The interest rates are also they haven't gone down for a while, and they're still in between 6 and 7. And so with that, that means that the same house before, where it was a lower price and a lower interest rate, that monthly payment affects the buyer.
Yep.
So even though the sales price for us might seem like, hey, that's reasonable at a 4%, 3 or 4%. Whenever you take that same $400,000 house at a 7%, I mean, you're looking at a mortgage payment in the high 3,000 per month, or even $4,000 a month.
I think about high threes.
Yeah.
So you have the higher you get in the sales price, the higher you get in the sales price, the less amount of buyers that you're going to have, less amount of people that you're going to have to be able to afford that, and that's why the house is going to sell in the market a little bit longer, because the price is higher.
Of course. All right. So that was average days on the market, and then we have average price per square feet with $161.
Wow,
Average.
that's great.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So about $30 more per square foot
Yeah.
in Columbia County than in Richmond County.
Yes.
All right, so let's go with Columbia County in the month of June. Number of sales in the month of May was 282. In the month of June, it was 275. So went down a little bit, but I don't think it's significant
It
enough
wasn't-
to make that big of a difference. So I would say that it kind of helps it.
Yeah, I would say it helps steady, especially compared to how you say Richmond County from 209 to 160. That was
That's
a
a big
drastic difference versus 282 versus 275. That was not that big of a change. So
That's correct.
fewer houses, but not that many.
All right, and then we get into the average sales price. In the month of May, it was $393,998. In the month of June, we had $375,932. So it made a change, but not too big of a change, right?
But it was much bigger than compared to Richmond County, how that fluctuated only about $5,000.
Yeah.
This one was about a $20,000 difference. So you did feel it. Average sales price in
Right.
Columbia County did go down a little bit from month to month. But yes, look at the next.
And that could mean that more lower priced homes sold that month in June than
Yeah.
it did in May.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that the actual sales went down or the value of the property went down. It just probably means that more sales at a lower value happened than it did.
Oh yeah, and then I'm willing to say that, especially after you hit the next two stats.
Yep. All right, the next stat is the average days on market for Columbia County. In the month of May was 101, and in June it was 94.
Yeah.
So we got somewhat of a change there.
Which is a positive change. Average days on the market, it was 101 days. You go down to 94. It took less time to sell your property.
That's good.
So that's amazing. And then what's the last stat?
155 on the average price per square foot in the month of June, but in May it was 161. So the average price per square foot actually went down.
Which makes all the other numbers make sense. So
Yep.
when you have the average price per square foot go down to 155, that means that either smaller houses were selling for a higher number, or just altogether the prices went down. You have some people with some price reductions, which caused the houses to sell faster.
Yep.
Because now they're at a range where more buyers feel comfortable pulling the trigger. So that will explain to me why you had about 6 less days on the market than before.
That's good.
Yeah.
So all in all, looks like we are still in a strong market. It's still advantageous for buyers, and it's still advantageous for sellers in the real estate market. It really just depends on what your needs are. So if you guys have any real estate needs, please feel free to contact us and we can sit down and we can plan and make sure that you make the best decision for yourself and your family.
Absolutely. And as always, thank you so much for watching the Bradley Real Estate Group.
Yes.
We are here to serve you. Feel free to go to our website and contact us, DM us. If you are in social media and we are not friends, then we need to fix that.
That's
So
right.
make sure that you share, like, and subscribe to this video, and also follow us on our Instagram and our Facebook page. See you next time.